1970, the biggest epidemiological study in history was done in Wisconsin. They looked at 900,000 children, and they were looking for autism. They knew what it looked like, and they were very, very precise about it, and they found an incident rate of 0.7, in other words, less than 1 for every 10,000 children.
History lesson. Autism was not placed into the DSM, which is our Diagnostic Statistical Manual, until 1980. The study was completed in 1978. They were precise and knew what they were looking for, so it looked for already existing diagnoses. So they were looking for a diagnosis that was not in the DSM. There were some guidelines placed out back then that were not popular, and it was not well understood. It was often diagnosed as childhood schizophrenia still. So they were looking for like institutionalization records pretty much, and clinical records, and kind of doing that audit. They were not screening the general public. They're not looking at these children. They did not see any children. They just looked at, does anyone have this diagnosis? Yes or no? But it wasn't in the fucking DSM yet. DSM V comes out in 1980. It is called infantile autism, very like limited criteria. 7 years later, revision comes out of the DSM. They rename it autistic disorder. Criteria expands in that version. 1994, next DSM comes out, expands the criteria again. 2013, DSM V comes out. We have the current version. The ADOS was developed, which is the standard of testing, like around 1995. Continued to be revised up until like 2013. So again, that's like changing testing and how it's screened. And throughout the 2000s, we get more screening tools that are developed for autism. Please take a step back if you are looking at this like, wow, this guy knows what he's talking about. Because like literally, if he's citing a study from 1978, when your college classes teach you like, no, you should use sources from like the last 5 years, like maybe 10 years. But like, dude, 1978, come on.